This is the Sam's Club podcast. And this is weird as shit. I don't got my headphones, so I can't hear anybody else. We should have a little technical difficulties right now. But we're not going to let it stop the show. We jumped off the roof because we got our dogs. We all in here. The whole gang is in the building, you know, and that's what we do. It's motherfucking an amazing episode we got planned for you. And, you know, we got Jones in the building, Logical High, and we got Ash in the building, doing her thing over there. Got all the topics, like 30 of them.
No.
Full clip.
No.
She wanted to argue, and then it was
She said,
Nigga, I've been arguing with this nigga. I'm exhausted. This nigga is exhausting. Like, yeah, okay.
exhausting.
You fucking win. I don't know.
I'll
take my necklace off.
Your neck fan?
Yeah, man. You gotta take the neck fan off for the show. Can't have the neck fan on. It's so weird that there's no headphones on.
You hear everybody normal voice.
Just weird. I don't know if that's a good thing, but alright, we're doing it.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, so go ahead, Jones. What you got for us today?
Alright, man. Look, science is kind of weak this week. But I was able to dig some interesting stories up, so. I'm going to start with this, solar flow batteries. Now, with a solar flow battery, be more specific. It's a solar flow battery that's able to store and redeliver renewable electricity.
So does it work off of the sun?
Yeah. Okay. Basically, it's a solar battery, but within the battery itself, it's able to convert the solar power into electricity and then output that electricity. Normal solar panels and things like that, it routes to it collects the energy and it routes it into like these pools that's like charged ion, and that's what creates your electricity with normal like solar panels and things like that. With this, it's just a battery that literally takes in solar power and outputs electricity. And it's a renewable source. And it's able to also store the electricity. So you just like charge it up. Like a solar power battery, essentially. That's a lot more proficient too.
Does it give us equal energy efficiency?
It's 20% more efficient. Yes, 20% more efficient. And then on top of that, since it's a solar power battery, it's less damaging because batteries.
So science did something good this time.
Yeah. It was actually I believe it was. Let me make sure. I don't want to give anyone the wrong credit. University of Wisconsin. So it was us. It was us this time.
Good for it. Doing the right thing, finally.
That's tight.
But it's based off of a Chinese study. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
If you couldn't figure it out yourself, steal it. I mean, that's what it seems like.
You know what? I might be able to make that shake one time. Let me take a whack at it.
Didn't they make that? Shh. Don't worry about that. They didn't tell nobody they made it. I'm gonna tell everybody I made it.
All right. They just put this paper out. Yeah. Ain't nobody looking at these papers.
We gonna buy an ad in the magazine. That's wild. But okay.
All right. But on to something a little bit more interesting.
Can we use those to power spaceships?
Technically, we probably could use it to power the electronics in the spaceships because it wouldn't be able to output enough energy for us to be able to do that. If that was the case, we'd be able to. Like, things like that are like when we do like solar cells That's what that would be used for, which would technically be a way to travel through space, but it wouldn't be a efficient way to travel through space.
But could it be
In
an
the
energy
sense of,
source
like-
to like propel us while we're out there?
Yeah. It's definitely like, it'd be like just like being like you were in the like let's say you're in the ocean and you have a motor on your boat and your motor goes out and you have a sail. How you could use that sail to keep moving or be propelled forward. You could do the same thing with that in a sense, and then it will also, since it's a solar battery, it would collect the solar energy and recharge whatever electronics you have aboard the ship or keep them running and things along those lines. So your life support, technically, that's what that would be. That would be your life support on the ship.
So we're getting closer to making ships possible.
Yeah.
They
So,
moving real
like,
quick with
you
these ships.
just-
They getting off this planet. They are not playing.
You have the nuclear energy splitting atoms. That would be your energy source. If we are able to perpetuate or make something that's like a perpetual energy source that's renewable, that just recycles on itself, then we have an energy source to move us forward. But then we'd have the solar to keep our life systems and things like that alive. Because if we can't move, as long as our life is alive, or solar panels and things like that, and our life systems are alive, we'll still be alive. We'd just be in dead space.
We need to figure out food.
Yeah, I mean, we have to figure out things along those lines also, but I would hope we were just growing food on the ship anyways, if we are out in space like that.
Is it easier to grow food
Yeah,
out in space?
they do it now. They grow vegetables in space station. So, well, a lot of the like research they do at the space station is testing what they can actually just do in space. Yeah, it
Does this work?
Hmm?
Yes.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Take plants and shit up there. They
Does this
take
work?
all types of bacteria,
No.
microbes. They do a whole bunch of scientific experiments that they would do on Earth in space to see what's the difference,
Okay.
including
So,
ourselves. So
We can't make gravity though.
you said what?
We don't know how to make gravity, right?
No. When we in our space stations and stuff, we are just like floating around. We have ideas how to make gravity, but we can't construct the ideas that we have. We don't have the technology to make those ideas possible. At least not at this moment.
We ghetto.
We're like, yeah, we know how to do it.
As a planet, we're
We
ghetto.
just don't know how to make it happen.
Yeah, no, ghetto.
I'm trying to tell y'all, but no, Earth was the place to be.
Nah,
No.
I do, but
No, you gotta stand where your stance is. I'm mad.
They are ghetto.
I'm mad because both of you. What's wrong with Earth? It's ghetto as fuck. This nigga was hyping it up, had the best marketing for Earth I've ever heard. Now all of a sudden, oh, it's so fucking ghetto. I don't understand.
No. Let me explain who's ghetto. The
Everything
country-
on this
all the
bitch is
scientists-
ghetto.
No, the scientists are ghetto.
They ghetto as fuck. Humans ghetto-er.
No.
Remember we was talking?
Ghetto-er.
Yes, ghetto-er.
Put the
D-T-E
the ER.
dash E-R. I can do that because we're in a fucking ghetto.
Oh man.
That's mean.
Fucking bullshit. Section 8 of the goddamn universe. Fucking hate this place. I'm stuck here. No, I'm not stuck here, but
What if we was like the ghetto of like the solar system?
we are. Don't nobody want to come
Like
here.
the south side of the Milky Way.
That's stupid as fuck. Like the Anunnaki story is dumb as shit. They got all this technology, but they want to come to Earth to mine for gold. Get the fuck out of here. Why would you do that? This place is dumb. Go somewhere else.
Maybe we weren't really here before, so it wasn't that bad. And then when we started to get
No, that's stupid.
overpopulated, they're like, you know what?
No, that whole story
gotta
deals
leave.
with them coming here and taking stuff from the planet, but us being here was them creating us. To
So
mine
they
the planet.
created
It's like
us. They
slaves.
created us. The Anunnaki ghetto as fuck too. If we had to go off of that,
'Cause
they own some
I'm-
bullshit.
like, that's
They
the
come from a
storyline
ghetto
with them.
planet.
It's like,
What's
yeah,
higher
we
than
gonna come
Section
here.
8? Whatever one stuff. They didn't see MHA. Fucking.
No, literally, like, that whole story is like they came here. It's like, oh, look at all these resources. Damn, we don't want to do this. Look at these apes.
Stupid ass
Let's put a little bit
aliens.
of our DNA with these apes. Now we got humans. Hey, go
They
do all the shit
done.
we don't want to do.
They dumb. Wrong
That's-
planet.
That's
Fuckos.
essentially that whole story.
That's
with that.
ghetto.
That's ghetto. See,
Doesn't mean the planet's ghetto. Just so a
that
lot of
means
ghetto
that the
things
whole
happening on the
thing
planet.
is ghetto and mad niggerish. And if you don't think aliens is black
Inhabitants
after
of the
that
planet
story,
are ghetto. The area isn't ghetto. Just the
it's
inhabitants.
ghetto as
Yeah,
fuck.
the inhabitants are ghetto. It's like, let me be quiet.
Earth is ghetto as
My
fuck.
nigga put the go into examples of shit.
Think about it. Like aliens be like, damn, y'all gotta walk around in meat suits. What do they do? Like, you got a body, nigga? What the fuck? Like, think about it. Like, if you believe in like the astral plane, niggas be like, you got a body? Ugh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck did you want that for? You can't do shit but go walk back and forth. I could do a lot without a body.
Is lit.
Boo.
You ever walk back and forth?
Boo. Shit's highly overrated.
Ash ain't walked back and forth before. That's what.
Wackadoodle.
They never walk back and forth, Ash. I understand.
I mean, you got it, nigga. Earth is your shit. So whatever you got to say about it gonna be splendid.
I don't know why you gotta act like that. You should just be a nicer person to Earth. Earth has done nothing wrong to you.
Earth ain't did shit wrong to me. But I don't even know if Earth want to be here. Like, clearly, because she acting a
In my
fucking
personal
fool.
opinion, Earth is a great place. Now, the environment we create here is terrible, but the planet itself is great. I like it here. I like the animals. I like the plants.
Listen, I fuck with nature. Just
Yeah,
let it be
I
6 feet away from
I
me.
kind of don't like the people, but I deal with it.
God.
Yeah.
Bugs and shit. I won't kill a bug because I really don't like killing bugs for real.
I respect the ocean and let it be in itself.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make this place worse, but like,
it is what it is.
this shit is
I'm
dumb.
being in my own little my little corner of Earth, being by myself, not dealing with bullshit.
Being human is stupid.
Nah. But go ahead. What else we got for science?
We got Proteus.
What is that? Don't say shit like we supposed
He
to.
do that all the time. Hey, y'all, we got Proteus.
Didn't
Who
we
the
talk
fuck is that
about this
nigga?
already?
Proteus.
This nigga gonna say some type of like foreign word for
Yeah.
shit.
No, that's the name.
No, shut up.
That's
I'm
what
talking-
it is,
I'm not
though.
talking to you.
You do this shit every week.
Me and Ash are identifying right now. You be quiet.
I'm mad.
He do this shit every
Ash,
week.
we are
Hey,
identifying.
did you know that
I was
cats
trying
had
to spice
6
up the
paws
intro.
instead of 4?
So what
No,
I
he'll
want to
sneak
talk
it in
about.
there. No, he'll sneak it in there. You're like, yeah, scientists identified the cats had 6 paws instead of 4, and it's 2 that comes out there. What the fuck? Don't just run past that. Slow down. We need to know.
So he gonna say some coitus or some other word for shit.
Oh, I was talking about guano.
Do you know what guano is?
Yeah, bad shit. So what did he call it?
He called it
Guano.
that. I've never heard the word guano.
You never heard the word guano before? Oh, I've heard that word. I think I got it from The Mask. That's
Cause then I gave him like a whole rundown of whole different
Well,
words for feces.
but I
It's
don't
like
care about
feces,
that.
guano, dung.
I've heard feces and dung and shit.
uh-huh.
Well, of course, there's shit too.
So
No, I
why
definitely
you
identify.
Complicate it when I ask you a simple question. Why use a different word?
That's what it's called.
No,
It's
I
called-
don't.
It's literally, the package says
What is
back
it?
guano.
Is it shit?
Yeah.
All right. Then call it shit. I don't give a fuck where it came from, what animal this shit came from. You nasty niggas care about what type of shit you get. Nah, this that pure gray guano though.
I understand
Yeah,
what Tony's
that
talking
shit.
about though. So guess
Yeah.
what? You bougie ghetto now, okay? Cause now he know the words for shit. And remember?
That's just me watching TV on Discovery Channel.
No, it's not acceptable down here.
That's me watching a
No,
nature
fuck that.
documentary. What?
Fuck that angry
Fuck that bullshit.
lying ass nigga.
We revolted. We okay
Alright,
now.
so
I'm okay.
Proteus is the name of a material, a metal that we created that is non-cuttable. As a matter of fact, it destroys anything that tries to cut it.
Hmm.
I don't understand what that means.
That's pretty dope.
Explain. So, what it is
Non-cuttable.
it's a material that consists of aluminum metallic foam with ceramic spheres embedded within it. Essentially, what happens is like
Such a random thing. That's not.
they
a
got
new
the
metal.
idea.
They didn't create a new metal. They made a new structure.
Regardless, you can't cut through
You
it.
can't call it a new metal. It's like, hey, we made a new metal. No, what you did was put foam, aluminum,
Well,
and
it's a
ceramic together.
okay. It's not. It's
They
a
wrapped it up.
non-cuttable material.
Yeah.
It's not a metal. It's a material. Well, it's
Okay.
metal, but it's not. It's a material.
Okay.
And it's based off of like the peels of like oranges and grapefruits and things like that. Because like the way those peels are, the fruit can fall from like up to like 30 feet or something like that, and be perfectly fine, not be bruised. You can pick it up and it'd be great.
Oh.
So they took that idea and applied it to metal. And essentially, what happens is, if the more force you apply to it, the duller whatever you're using becomes. So, like if you're using a power tool or anything like that, it would interact. Basically, what it says is, once a power tool hits these spheres, the interaction causes high frequency vibrations that dull the blade within minutes. As the tool penetrates the material, the spheres release fine ceramic dust particles that act like sandpaper, blunting it further. The particles also fill up the aluminum foam, making it even denser and harder to cut.
Dope.
So the more you put into it, the duller whatever you're using gets, and the harder it is to even make any leeway.
That's
and
useful
the
for
furthest
combat.
they've ever been even been able to get into it is maybe a quarter of a centimeter.
That's dope. So I got a confession to make. So when you talk about science, right? In my head, I'm building Antonio here a super suit. So I'll be thinking about all the stuff that can go into a suit that'll make it super. That's going in there.
I'm waiting for him to do his classic, oh, y'all just making these cyborgs worse type thing.
You know, he got a suit for me, like a whole ass
They
super
didn't say that
suit.
they put it on top of like a robot or anything like that yet. So.
Because now I got to excite myself for this weird ass shit. I had to turn it around. So I'm like, all right, I'll build Tony a super suit in my head.
No, I'm talking about them. They love to put it on a robot that can then.
Yeah, because that's exactly what they're going to use it for.
Yeah, that's like
battle.
It to the robot
They don't
that
have
can
a,
repair itself and fix problems and climb over everything and eat stuff and grows. Like, yeah, they're just going to start combining. No.
Get this on your robotic dogs. There you go.
Sir.
Put it on some of his monkeys. Yeah, no, your monkeys need that shit. The ligers need it too. Think about it. No, think about it. If you shoot something, couldn't that? I guess it's not piercing through anything. I don't know if that matters. Could it stop a bullet? Yeah.
So let me explain. They need to stop.
And it's also 85% lighter than.
They gotta pick one or the other.
Most metals.
Either we're leaving the planet, or we planning to be taken over by robots. But which one is it? No. No, stop.
Because the robots are going to help us leave the planet.
That's not the truth.
That's the issue.
That is not
That's
the
what
truth.
they're trying to
That
do.
is
Because
that
AI,
is incorrect.
I can guarantee you, we're not leaving this planet before AI gets up and popping.
Yeah, but that is incorrect. What you said doesn't change what I'm saying is true.
Okay.
That is not going to help us leave the planet. Us. What? Nick, no.
No way.
They're not going to help us leave the planet.
Okay.
AI is going to want to kill us. Or at least put us in zoos.
Don't you think so?
No, see, we'd have to get, as long as we use them to get
People
off
are
the
too
planet
selfish.
before they become sentient.
And we are destructive, and we would kill ourselves. So the logical conclusion for a robot, even if you tell them not to harm humans, is to put us away.
Yeah.
Because
That's why every movie
We don't
like
know how
that
to
is
behave.
based like the way it is.
because logically, what we do doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
We fight over resources based off of imaginary lines and skin tone.
Because the basic thing usually put into the system is something along the lines of humanity surviving. Well, humanity surviving doesn't necessarily need you to be
Killing each other.
shit. Even in basic terms, like how Matrix was, humanity surviving does not need you to be up and moving about.
Nope.
So we can keep you alive.
Humanity surviving is like how we feel about keeping endangered species alive. We'll put you on a reservation and keep you alive, but now you stay here.
Yeah, you don't need to be out here doing all this other shit.
Yeah.
Because when you do that, we see what
You
happens when
stay
that
here.
happens. So we're just gonna
you
put
don't
you
know how
here.
to survive on your own, so you stay here now. So robots would probably be
That's
like,
exactly what decadence
yeah,
is.
you stay here now.
That niggas is destructive.
Yeah, so you stay here, and that's what we're gonna do.
That shit's crazy.
Man, I get it.
Yeah, it's definitely that's definitely the. It seems like the idea is gonna happen if AI and cyborgs and technology takes over. That's if we don't integrate ourselves within the technology.
That's what I'm doing.
So
I'm becoming a full cyborg.
like that it's either they take over and put us down or put us away somewhere and keep us alive, whatever the hell happens, or they just wipe us out because they look at us like a virus, or we merge with technology opposed to creating technology that's greater than us, and we just become that technology itself, and we just lose our biological forms. Yeah. That's
Depressing.
Just a group of people that would call that accepting the mark of the beast.
I believe it. Yeah, definitely believe that. I can see.
That's terrible, though. I don't. Why do we need this?
What?
This foam armor.
Because people, I don't know. They didn't really give. They don't have a patent on it yet, so they're not really talking about it too much. That's all they're talking about. They're working on getting the patent, and I'm assuming once they get the patent, they're going to start telling what the applications
really
are going to be used for.
Why we needed this? It's just you made foam armor. That's cool, but
that dulls anything that comes at it.
What if it's already dull and it's just blunt force?
This is dope, dude. It's going in the super suit. The fuck you talking about?
It's a pretty thick material. It's probably about.
That's too much.
About an inch thick.
Never mind. It's just gonna go in your chest, okay?
Yeah, I mean you gonna feel the impact because I don't know.
Yeah,
if the
your arm can take
foam
it.
would like absorb. I mean, it probably would. You probably wouldn't feel too much from it.
Nigga, that's gonna be bulletproof to the motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's definitely a new bulletproof vest.
On like power tools, the vibrations from the power tools themselves is what starts them dulling.
But there's no vibration with a bullet. It's a single instance.
Yeah, I don't know how much, but alone, but even then, I still don't understand. I don't know if I don't know how the material itself disperses energy. Because even if it's a single impact, if it's able to spread that energy out, the bullet won't pierce. That's the only issue. I mean, if it can't disperse that energy, well, the bullet's gonna go straight through, and it won't matter.
That's whack.
But yeah, so probably hear about it a couple months, maybe a year or so. Yeah, when they get a patent for it, when they actually start talking about what they use it for, and the applications.
A whole lot of nothing. Nothing that's gonna be useful.
I don't know what you applied. I don't know what you can use it for. You said what?
We have robot dogs.
Mm-hmm. Sounds stupid as fuck. That's also elementary. We have robot dogs. I don't know why that makes me laugh.
It's cool, and I'll probably buy some, but we also didn't need them.
We didn't.
Both things are true.
We have robot dogs.
Yeah, like I recognize the how frivolous that is, and like the grand scheme of like.
This is why
a black hole
no one takes it seriously.
Ancient black hole that just is out there.
Oh, you remember the black hole? Huh?
Why would I forget that there's a black hole just out there chilling?
Black holes are tight.
That's a perspective. It's not one I share, but it is one.
You said a thing, basically. Yeah. You said a thing.
Yeah, that's how I felt about that. Like, oh, yeah, black holes tight. They want to eat our universe.
Like, that's amazing. Come on now.
Think about it, right? What if you
a primordial one.
Like, you have black holes as like the
I'm about to look that shit up.
No.
I mean, I know it kind of is like thinking about that when one's that close to your home.
I am not trash.
No,
So I
you're
would
not.
not.
But
no,
but the
What you
way a
saying is
black
it-
hole
it's
works,
gonna clean me
it
up,
just
too.
it eats it pulls in all that shit like dead stars or planets or whatever the hell's
And-
close.
and
It
us.
breaks it down and it kicks out all that energy,
And
dust, and
us.
whatever gets pulled
And
out.
us.
Yeah, it just breaks you down and turns you
I'm
back into
not
stardust.
trash.
You don't be stardust again. Go back
I'm
to the
not
universe.
I'm not trash.
I didn't tell you were trash. Just go
No,
back to the
mm-mm.
universe.
What you said is it's the garbage man of the planet of the universe. So it is the garbage man of the universe, galaxy, and all that.
It's the recycler of the
Nah,
universe. That sound better.
I am not. You know what you put in the recyclable bin? Trash.
Recyclables.
I am not trash.
Everything in
I am not-
everything in the universe is recyclable.
I don't want to go there. I want it not to be a thing. It should just not exist.
I
No, you
wholeheartedly
said
disagree.
Yeah, we probably got hit already.
Excuse me.
So you think the primordial black hole is what's protecting us?
No, I ain't
Is
say
that what you? Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, is that what
black
you
holes
do?
are
That's
general.
exciting
Oh, you
as
was just talking
shit.
about that one black hole.
No, the one that's close to us is going to eat us.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like all black
I don't
holes.
give a
was
fuck
like,
about those ones. I
Yeah.
care about the one that is next door.
It might not.
That's
even be a
like you
black
being
hole.
like, oh, you worried about the serial killer in Montana? No, I'm worried about the serial killer in
Oh, here goes a
fucking
new
East
one.
Cleveland.
Oh, listen, Tony, here's a good one. If Planet 9 is a primordial black hole, are there likely to be others within the galaxy? Question mark. If it is a black hole, there should be 50 quadrillions like it in the Milky Way alone.
Oh yeah, that's a.
Quadrillion black primordial
She-
black
she-
holes.
She enjoying this way too much.
I fucking. I had to look it up. I'm like, damn, nigga, it ain't just one. There's many.
Not even normal black holes, just primordial black holes.
I had to look that shit up. That sounds so exciting. What? Oh man, I'm sorry.
This planet is ghetto, and all of y'all are ghetto.
But the Milky Way got to be the ghetto. Think about it.
Y'all are ghetto.
Saturn got to be ghetto. All of them.
Who got y'all in here?
Saturn was almost a star, and it was like, no, I'm good.
That's so dope.
It's good
Constraints.
that it decided not to be a star. We don't need two
I
suns.
mean, yeah, that's true, but like Saturn, no, not Saturn. I mean Jupiter.
If Jupiter was a sun, what would happen to us? We would bake.
Probably, depending on how big of a star it was.
You just
They
old
wanna
as
turn,
fuck,
like,
huh?
as-
Primordial
they
black
were talking-
hole.
I remember we was talking about like end of last year. We was talking about the ideas of turning Jupiter into a sun, so you can put a Dyson sphere around it. But we can't put a Dyson sphere around our own
That's
sun.
whack.
Yeah, no, because that would be reckless.
Yeah, that's just
But I also don't
that's
trust us.
self-destruction.
Bitch, that just turned me on. Primordial black. That gets me excited.
You know what I know? They can be in the Milky Way. That's fine. I don't want them to be close enough to be considered another planet.
Right, Planet 9. It was like, hey, there's a whole nother planet out there.
And just roaming around.
You sure that's a planet? I don't
Doing
know if
its
that's a
own
planet,
thing.
bruh. That might be a black
No.
hole. I don't know, man. It's possibly a gas giant. I don't know.
Is there anything in this path that we think of that we need to see if it's gonna eat it?
That's the way they found out that it might be a black hole, because like it's a dormant, like primordial black hole isn't like constantly feeding like normal black holes, so it's only like feeding
Yeah, it
with
only
something.
eats on the most delicate of shit.
No, it eats on whatever just like floats across its pathway. So it being out in the Kuiper Belt, it's like when an asteroid or something like that hits its path, it shoots off the energy like it would in any other situation, and that's how you would see it. Outside of that, it's invisible. That's how we found black holes in general.
Well, yeah, because they were eating and taking shits.
Yeah, you can't see them unless they're eating.
Well, no. I want someone to go in a black hole. I don't want it to be me. Okay, you
She
can
threw
do
her
it.
hand up so quick.
She did. I heard that.
She looking for.
I heard
she
that
looking
shit.
for the
Let's
closest
go.
one right now.
You can go.
Hell motherfucking yeah.
And then I want you to tell me what's on the other side.
No, you don't get any information on what's on the other side of the black
You
hole.
can't go.
You get to sit here and be scared.
No, you can't go there.
Nah, fuck that. I already volunteered. I volunteered
She's like, I'm
tribute. I'm going.
I'm the one that's paying for this expedition.
No,
so
you not. Tesla is. Fuck that shit.
Tesla doesn't want.
Tesla is the one that's gonna fund me going to this black hole. I'm going in. Hey, Nip. I'm going in the. I'm going. That's all I know. And then when I get the information on the other side,
The answer is no.
I'm still going. I'm
You're not
still
allowed to
going
go. No,
without earphones.
no.
I don't know why you keep telling me no. That's
Because
cool.
I came up with this.
Nope. I'm telling on you. Title telling.
That's fine. I came up with this, so no, you can't go.
I'm going.
You're not invited.
That's not even fair. You don't even want to go.
I don't, but I want you to tell me what happens on the other side. Since you won't, you can't go.
I'm going.
No, I'm gonna send someone else. I'm gonna send Marcus.
Marcus don't even want to go.
I'm
Look.
gonna send Marcus's friend. You got friends that you don't like, for real. You know that
You ain't
one.
got friends you don't like for real?
But I want to send.
Why they gotta be my friends I don't like for real?
I named you like this. Why are you like this?
What you mean?
You don't even like them.
But you got people you don't like either.
I don't. I like all of my friends. I keep only the
So
people
the
like
people
them.
you know you don't like.
No, I need to get rid of someone that we like, but also don't like. I have a reason. Cause usually the friends that you don't like, but not that you don't like, but you don't like, but they're your friends still. They don't really know that you don't like them, so they be more likely to give us the information. If it's just a nigga that don't like us, they gonna act like Ash. I don't need that. I need someone that we also don't care about going into the black hole, but also is going to give us information. I don't have people like that I don't care about around me actively. I have people that I dislike and also dislike me around me. Yes, that is absolutely correct. But like the friends that I don't like, I try not to hang out with those people.
Anyways, continue on with your plan.
Cool. So we can send someone to Marcus. All right. It's all right. It's all right. If they come back with all the science, you're gonna love it. Ashley's gonna know what happens because she don't want to go and be an explorer for the help and benefit of humanity. She wants to explore for herself and the help and benefit of herself because she's selfish.
Indeed, I am. There's no argument here about that.
How you gonna argue? But what else is happening with this? We weren't even talking about black holes. How did we get here? We were talking about this ghetto ass metal. All right, you can go to the
Metal
next
is
topic.
ghetto.
I don't know
How
what
did
we
we
was
get to black hole?
because Ash just looked up black hole bullshit for no reason.
Because I wanted to know what the fuck it was. I didn't do it last time. Then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I forgot about that. Swing. But anyway, it's only hypothetical and like everything is in science. But it sounds very enticing. Then I looked up dark matter because that's pretty dope. And then I reminded myself I got to read this book on melanin. I have way too many books to read. But continue, Jud. Continue.
All right, so last thing I want to talk about today is dogs. You know, man's best friend.
Robot dogs.
So this whole time, well, okay, let me explain it this way. Scientists have been mapping genomes all over the place. And they found out over doing a study of labs that the rule of thumb that we use, literally everyone uses, like veterinarians, like this is like even in
Ooh,
science.
can't say that.
What?
Rule of thumb.
Huh?
What?
It's derogatory towards women. It is, but I don't care. I'm joking.
Okay.
But would you like me to explain it?
Yeah.
No.
I don't.
As you so
I want to hear this dumb shit. What?
Alright, so back
I want to know.
in like the 40s and 50s, it was like a law that you could beat your wife with a stick that was no thicker than your thumb.
Oh,
So
I
it's
know what you're
called the
talking
rule of
about.
thumb. So that's where rule of thumb came from.
Well, they use that phrase in this article at least 20 times.
I personally, let me read it. I personally do not believe.
I remember. I actually.
Let
heard of
me
that.
say that
I'm
loud,
just like,
loud.
alright, okay.
That's the funniest shit in the world. Oh, all right.
So
General rule?
the general rule is for every 1 human year is like 7 dog years. Which is true when you get up to the older dogs, when you're up to what would be considered like senior years to the dog, which would be about the same for us, like our 70s and 80s, and anything past that. But before that, Dog age kind of like ramps really, really quickly, and the scale is kind of crazy. So, like for example, you have a 2-year-old dog. A 2-year-old dog is technically around 40 years old in human years. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the chart since you're like sitting right here. That's like the curve for it. So you look at the years. That's
So at 4 years old, this nigga's older than 50.
yeah. Like you say, he's 2 years old right now. Kite's about 40 in dog years. Going by this, and this is mapped by their actual like genes and stuff. So it's more accurate than us being like, oh yeah, for every 1 year, my dog got 7.
I'm mad they had Tom Hanks as a.
Yeah, they use Tom Hanks from a kid to adult. Now, yeah.
Is Tom Hanks back in the States?
I don't know.
Didn't he have COVID and get like stuck on the island?
I did hear about that. Wasn't that him and his wife that had COVID?
Yeah,
And his
stuck
wife
on the
was out here
island.
doing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you gotta be. Stuck on the island. I'm on a boat. Hey, only some of y'all are old enough to catch that reference.
Facts.
Yes.
That's sad. That was when Saturday Night Live was good.
That's when I had a lot of people.
Yeah.
Those people done branched out and went and did their own thing though. But yeah, so people, our dogs are a lot older than we think they are. They get there a lot quicker than we think they do.
That's sad. I wanted to
Yeah.
adopt another dog. Now I will not.
So like literally a puppy
What?
like 0 to 3
You
months.
say you're not gonna adopt a dog anymore?
Yeah. My dog died in my arms. And then what you just said made it even worse. Like,
I mean, but
How'd
like,
that make it
no.
worse?
I don't
like,
fucking,
okay,
they
so-
age older. What you think they can't talk, so they can't be like, oh, bitch, I'm old. And they only 4? Oh, God, what?
But that's not really old for a dog though.
That's
Like,
still
think
weird.
about how
You
old
suffering. I'm
The
sorry.
dog is like when your dog starts to slow down. Like people had dogs
No,
and
they're
they had
gonna
dogs like
die.
their dogs get like 8, 9 years old. That's when the dog starts to slow down. An 8, 9-year-old dog is like 70, 80 years old. That's when most things would start to slow down.
I know, but they die. So I don't even
Well,
want to get
yeah.
invested no more.
Most things,
I know. Hey, jeez.
Yeah, like think about it. Humans take what 12 years to get to a point in which we're able to start reproducing at
Mhm.
the minimum. Dogs take 9 months.
Just die.
Like
I know it's so
across the animal
fast.
Kingdom, it's just that
But they be
the
dying.
lifespan. Yeah.
No, I'll pass.
Okay.
I can't.
So no, I can't do this.
Depressing.
You get one in your older years.
I
Y'all can be old together. You can be young and be old with you.
what?
Get a puppy
Yeah.
when you're like 65, 70 years old. In about 10 years, your dog will be the same age as you.
Oh.
Y'all can be old together.
Okay. No. Thank you for trying.
You wanna be old with
I
your
don't know.
dog
That's all
together?
I got for you.
You did. You tried to solve my problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dead dogs.
That is very morbid.
It is, ain't it?
Hey, why you gotta
Why you
take
have to
it
say
that
it
way.
like that?
Because they be dying. They become your best friend. Then they just die, like, after years. Then one day they just not there no more. Then I gotta do it all over again? Oh my God,
That's just
no.
traumatized.
Yes, I am traumatized. I'm clearly saying.
That's
Just,
bad.
oh my God, what? Nobody, like, I don't know. It was so bad. Now I think I gotta do it again.
But you said nobody.
It was. I was thinking about it.
Yeah,
Like,
you feel
damn, nigga, your dog ever die in your arms? Like, have a seizure on you, and then they just go in the back and just kill him? Like, no, my fucking died dog tragically. And then I look at her.
I had a cat do that.
See? Like, what the fuck? And he was the homie, and then he was just not there anymore. Then I gotta do that all over again. With a new fucking pet? No. That's heartbreaking. I can't. I'm too soft. One day though, I think. Maybe not. I don't know.
You gonna get over it, watch.
I'm still not over the first
You
one.
have a dream.
Mm.
It's gonna come to you in a dream, Ash.
That I gotta get a dog?
Yeah.
Oh.
The level of disbelief. You know, nigga, you don't know. That's what that was right there. Nigga, shut up.
Alright, so what?
No, he's right though. That's why I was like, oh, you might be right.
Watch. It's gonna be like 6 years later. I hate you. What? I had a dream about a dog. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm
He would look just like that too.
what you talking about?
I'm be like, that has nothing to do with me. You told her something about a dog. You're gonna ask me.
No.
Mm.
Cool. Yeah, we can move on. That's just gonna make me want to be sadder.
Okay, so yeah, what else do you have good story?
That's me some science this week.
Since Ash doesn't want to talk about dogs anymore. You done?
No, I don't. Every time I look at Kite, I'm
You
like,
can go get you a robot dog.
fuck you. Get you a robot dog, Ash.
It won't die.
True.
It'll probably be around longer than you.
Is there anything wrong with that,
If
Ash?
you take care of it.
So you can get the eternal dog.
Make sure you get his maintenance and updates.
That whole thing sounds so gross. This nigga don't eat kibble 0.5 no more. He eat kibble 0.6. So impersonal, like the point of having a dog is like to cuddle. This nigga gonna have like sad noises instead of like a sad face, like meow meow. Like,
I mean, you know we 3D. Nah, I'm not about to do that.
oh my god.
Because you got androids, you got cyborgs, you got android dogs. It'd be just like a real dog. Feel, look, act,
Just like a real dog.
but it's not.
That's what they say about dildos, and the women say that they're not the same. I don't really.
I was just about to say that.
I
I'm
don't
just
know,
saying.
but I'm just saying what I've heard.
Nah, that's weird as fuck. He can't replace no nigga. If a bitch thinks she can, that's weird. Who are you?
I
You
couldn't
alien.
imagine getting something that's like fake like
What?
that.
You don't
Like
get a
having a
whole
dog or
nigga
something like
attached
that.
to that? That's strange. I want to talk to the bitches that's like, I'll never go back to men. Dildos are fine. So it's like all the lesbians, I think.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely a group of women.
Yeah. They're like, nah, niggas ain't doing it. Why?
We don't like their personality.
Damn, that's crazy.
I don't know. I don't like what it's attached to.
That's probably what it is. They're like, no, dick is fine. It's the nigga that's attached to it that's the problem.
That's the other half of that equation for me. Like you can't instruct it. Oh man, I ain't even gonna get into that bag. Fuck that.
But we can move on to all these secret crazy ass assassin topic that I'm not gonna talk about.
Assassination.
Cause you know you got FedEx out here doing wild shit.
Ninjas.
You got ninjas in prisons. Got motherfucking islands and banks having to pay $150 million. Some bullshit. But that's about all I'm gonna say about this real sketchy ass topic.
That shit's sketchy.
'Cause niggas is getting killed for no reason.
Niggas getting killed for a reason. It's just a reason. It's just ain't the reason that we want to agree on. We want to acknowledge.
Hey, this shit is like a movie.
It is.
And there's no main character hero.
No,
Everybody getting fucked.
Yeah, that's coming through to come save us.
This
So,
gonna be a whole ass action movie.
it is an action movie.
It's going to be
What?
one.
Did you ever think in your life that a nigga would go to a maximum security prison, commit suicide while both guards slept and all the cameras in the prison were down?
That's so wild.
That's what you thought? That's what you figured? And then after that, they would get said dude who committed suicide's girlfriend, lock her up, and then have to continuously move her because assassins are now after her.
Like, well, what does she know?
Yo, this sound like a
And
Jackie
then
Chan movie.
The judge that's involved with the case that is presiding over the bank part of it has a hit and assassin sent after her where a nigga dressed like a FedEx driver rolls up,
That's
knocks on the
crazy.
door, and shoots and kills her son and sends her husband to the hospital.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. It sound like a good ass movie.
Jackie Chan is about to fucking.
It sounded like to me.
Damn, what's that Jackie Chan movie?
Describing a movie to me.
Oh,
all this
man.
shit going down. I'm like, man, that sounds like a good movie, bro.
Yeah, like, bro, this is real life, and that is
You're
wild.
right.
Like, that is not what should be happening right now in life. Like, what is like? Where is the order?
The Foreigner, that's what it's called.
There's supposed to be like some order and some rules.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
But there's none of that happening right now. Niggas is just doing whatever the fuck they want. Clearly, this has touched a lot of high people's nerves because.
Oh, and then
Who just comes to a federal judge's house and just like.
Keyword federal.
Like, I don't understand.
It's not like a little city judge.
yo, niggas really think that's
no.
why it's so
Federal.
confusing. It's so confusing to me that people think like the government got your back. No, nigga, if you become a fucking big enough issue, they is the niggas that's coming after you. Oh my God. Cause they the niggas that the CPS or whatever the fuck it's called, long before they tried to accuse Trump of having all those kids locked up, it's been going down. I don't know how many countless foster kids that have told me that they've been molested or whatever used in the system once they get put in the system. You can't tell me that shit is not fucking real.
You know, this shit happen quite often.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
it's not like,
realistically, that might
but
be-
now
that
niggas
could
is
be
being
part
held
of all this
accountable.
shit. And like realistically, let's say if all the shit got out, it's all trying to be held down and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
That all could be part of it. You could look at anything that has a child system or anything like that that just takes children
And you don't know where the fuck
Wow.
these children is at. And then we buy a lake, so all them shipping containers, that shit that comes in here. And in Canada, like, we a prime area just because of our lake here. It just happens so, like, it's hidden in plain sight. Oh my God. How many kids they was talking about? And the heinous reasons, now I'm not gonna say the reasons because I can't prove this. But like I said, a whole bunch, like I said, not into conspiracy theories, but I do pay attention to them when they are said. I'm not going to say it here, but the reasons why they be abducting these kids and how many they abducting, like, wild. And then Corey, who is that? Not Corey Holcomb. One of the fucking Corys. They've been talking about this shit. What's his name? Elijah Wood that was in the wing. They've been talking about this shit for years. I'm trying to tell y'all for years. Now it's finally coming to a head. And they ain't going to give it up, but, you know.
but at the same time, I understand people talk about it. People talk about it. Talking about it. See, all the talk is all talk until something like this happens.
Something like this happened and get people
it's
attention.
Like, boom. If that's the case, and like the way they acting about it, and the way people are dying and shit's happening, they act like this is part of something else way bigger than what the fuck they stumbled on. They like kicked it. It's like someone like cracked the door open. It, like you pushing on the door, another person on the other side pushing that bitch closed. I can kind of like peek through. I can kind of see, but I can't get all the way in.
Like I said, I can't prove none of that to be fact, but that
Every
piece
time
of
somebody die, they close the door just a little bit more.
listen, that piece of gay shit. Like if niggas was really paying attention, I don't think the average person. I think the average. They were trying to. They're trying to say that like. A lot of those, I think it's been so long. One of like a pizza restaurant, the owners of that shit was harboring kids up under DC's like underground system. And it was definitely linked to pedophilia. But then I think in those emails with Hillary Clinton and John Podesta, they would mention those in their emails. And then it came out that maybe that they had something to do with sex trafficking of children and shit like that. And the one documentary that I watched on it, it just went in the whole, like, you can tell, like, I'm pretty sure they don't use these symbols no more, but like he broke down like pedophilia symbols that you'll see in plain sight, and like Pizzagate had one of them. Like boys is like a swirler. It was insane. Again, is Ashley confirming this is truth or not? Not at all. Do what the fuck you got to do to figure out if you want to come to that conclusion. But just the fact that I seen it and the evidence that he put forward to support his side of the argument definitely has something to do with Jay Epstein. So I don't know.
The Clintons already have been like implicated because I know Bill Clinton and Epstein were like seen together and shit like that. So
all the motherfuckers. The fact that, in my personal opinion, that Hillary stays by his side is just really fucking strange to me. And you know she a part of this whole shebang too, and she don't want nobody to know that she a part of this whole shebang. But It's okay, Hillary. I don't fuck with you or your husband, so I don't really care what happened to him or her. But if I end up dead tomorrow, no, it wasn't a suicide. I just want to put that out there.
Niggas gotta be like, hey, I don't want to.
I don't want to die. I don't give a fuck what y'all find. I don't care what little bad day I was having. That was no implication that Ash was ready to take herself out. So no, this has been happening.
That shit is wild. And,
Wild as fuck.
I guess some other crazy shit. Kanye held a rally.
He sure did. I'm gonna have to see the whole thing because
I watched a couple parts of it.
What did you guys think?
what he said about his daughter was insane. That was the insane part to
that
me.
he didn't want her to have her?
Yeah, like you
she
could have
did
kept
anyway.
that whole piece to yourself.
Yeah.
That's so damaging on any level. I wouldn't want nobody saying that about me. And I would understand why Ken would be mad about that. But I didn't get this chance to see anything else of what he said during that rally. But that was not okay. It was pretty insensitive. I'll say that much.
Yeah, you can't be like,
You're here, but I didn't want you for real in the beginning.
Right.
Like,
what?
you could have kept that to yourself. That's one of those things you could have kept between you and your therapist.
Yeah, you could have never told me that, Dad.
Yeah, like, but what are you talking about?
Like, and then, well, he also talked about how his dad didn't want him, which then I think is really ironic that your dad didn't want you, and then you also didn't want North.
Right.
That's a weird cycle. And you talk about your mom saved your life, but you didn't want to be the person to save your child's life or be in your child's life. You want to be the one that's like, nah, we shouldn't do this. I don't know. It's just conflicting to me. It's like, how do you see yourself in that, but not see yourself in this situation?
That is a good question. I will say that.
Because he's like, no, I don't want none of y'all to have abortions because my mama didn't have one. But you want your wife to. So you see yourself in random people that you don't know, but you don't see yourself in your wife. You got it, Kanye. I don't understand. But I also think this has to do. So do y'all think Kanye is using mental health? Because this is my real question. Do y'all think Kanye West is using mental health to profit on things, or do you think that Kanye West has mental health issues, and the fact that he happens to like be an artist and sell things, they're just two things that coincide? Like, because even if you have mental health issues and you have to sell stuff, they're not going to go away just because you have to sell things.
Right.
But you could also be using your mental health issues to like get over on people and touch people's heartstrings. So,
In what way? Give me an example.
like, anytime Kanye drops an album, there's usually like some mental health episode before it. Yay. Is it Jesus is King?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both of those were like manic flurries. The Flying to Wyoming, the 7-song albums. Pretty much a lot of his later stuff. When he releases Shoes and shit like that. But he could also just be planning to do these things and happen to be mentally ill, and so that just don't go away. But he's like, well, I still got to sell shit.
Maybe it's the fact that like him getting closer to those things and things like that might set off the situations.
You think that triggers him?
Yeah. I mean, like any other time, he's not really doing too much of nothing. Like he was doing the whole religion thing. I didn't really hear too much from him until like now.
Yeah, but that's because he has an album coming out on Friday.
I don't know.
What do you think, Ash?
I don't know either, because he been like this. It's just now, like...
Because, like, before it was never a talk of, like... At a certain point, it became a talk of mental health.
Well, he's the one who said he had mental health issues and is claimed to be bipolar. So I don't want to like say nah, he doesn't have these issues. If he's the one that's claiming them, now I wouldn't say Kanye has mental health issues if other people were just like putting that on him. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna put something on you that if it hasn't been proven.
Right.
But if you're out here claiming it, I'm not about to argue with you. Like, nah, this is what I go through. This is what I struggle with. Okay, I'm gonna acknowledge your struggle, but then you gotta also be like, well, that wasn't what you were saying before. So did it just not recently become an issue, or did you just not become more comfortable with speaking about it?
Yeah, this is one of those things I really just don't know his behavior. I can't say what the fuck. Like, I don't know. I wish I knew what to say about it.
Realistically, all I can say is he acts like a bipolar person.
Yeah, like this explains it. But I think who is that? Michael Knowles said that, and he's like a conservative. He'd be like the Ben Shapiro crew. One of my favorites though. He was like, well, every time when he was saying like actual crazy shit, nobody ever. I ain't gonna say that. I don't agree with that. But when he was saying actual crazy stuff and doing crazy stuff, I don't know if anybody held him accountable for that. Is that what he was saying? I don't fucking remember. Anyway, he was questioning. It's like, well, you know, when he actually speaks out against these issues, why is he being labeled crazy? But before, he was always crazy. I don't know what the fuck Mike was talking about this week. That was a shitty fucking example. But I just thought about him like, nah, this is collapsing.
Actually, I don't agree with him.
Nah, I don't agree with him on this one because Kanye was always doing and saying crazy shit. And I don't know, maybe the difference of what they were, like the severity of his, I think his whole point was, are they trying to make him out more villainous now that he is on like a more conservative tip? Like, oh, he really lost his mind this time. I think that was his point because I did finish. I don't remember. But anyway. But I can kind of see both ways. But Kanye always been like this. So I can't say if he's using it or if this really just how this nigga is. Like, you know what I mean? I can't pinpoint it. I wouldn't be surprised if that was his, his aim. But this nigga is like a billionaire now. Like, what would be the point?
I think now Kanye is just really bad at articulating himself.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's more the issue. I think before he would articulate himself in short bursts, and that was better.
Yeah.
And now, like, the whole Harriet Tubman thing, saying that she took the slaves to go work for white people.
Yeah.
She did what? That's what he said.
That's what he said.
What did he say?
Tubman freed the slaves so they could go work for white people.
Yeah.
My nigga. While yes, that is true.
Right.
Realistically, there were no black-owned businesses at that time. So who else
That's
were they going to
funny
work
as
for?
shit.
2, they went from being slaves to free people making money and getting paid a wage. We can argue about the fairness of how much they were paid later, but they were getting paid and not slaves.
I'm sure he found
is a huge step up.
Like you said, it's not articulate. But I heard about the antebellum South, or how it was like black slave owners and shit like that. So I can kind of, I see what you're saying.
But what I understand his thing is like,
he don't know.
We still weren't like fully free where we could like be independent. So yes, that's true. We're free-ish. That is true, but that's not how you articulate that. You don't have to tear down our black icons to make your point. I think that's what he's gone about doing, and I think that's why people have an issue with him.
That's true. If he could just come with it better, like,
because I could say, hey,
or facts, or if he like build it up to like, did you know in 1970 blah blah blah, this actually was this and this and this and this. I get it. It's a lot of history withheld from us to get us to think a certain way. But yeah, that nigga just be saying shit. Yeah. And I was like, can't just be cuffing, like you just can't wing it. Like with me and my conspiracy theories, I can't just wing it. I'm just not gonna be emotional and just be like, this is fucking hard, this is what I believe and you should believe it too. I can't do that because I know that people are gonna be like, whatever, you're just this and that and other. Takes a little bit of finessing. I get it though. You passionate about what you learned and you want your people to generally do better and you want the misinformation to stop, but You really do just gotta learn to say it a little bit.
Yeah, you want the misinformation to stop, but you can't also be a part of the misinformation.
Yeah.
You got to be like, hey.
Or even if you just say information, because just back it up with something.
Yeah.
Just be like, in 1970, blah, 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 this happened. Did y'all know we had this? Like, oh, they not telling all this and this and this. And then you would get to the Harriet Tubman did it wrong or some weird shit. Whatever. I don't know. I can't say that's true or not. But the finesse, this nigga just be kind of sloppy. But that's okay. That's...
Yeah, I guess that's my issue. It's like you seem more articulate and now you seem sloppy. So it's not necessary that you... Because he doesn't seem like he's more to the left and more, like, conservative. It just seems that you're...
I think it just learn some new information.
Yeah,
and you know how you be excited and you just gonna be like, hey, did y'all know?
Because he's still aiming it at, like, us and trying to get us to a different progressive level. Because, like, he wants to create homeless shelters, like, in homeless. Like, all of his ideas are rooted in, like, a good place. You just don't have the best execution.
Yeah.
And so, like...
And that's where the Matic comes from.
Yeah.
It's like he starts to talk and he's like it's like rushing out and he's like spurting it out as it comes. And it's not like it doesn't really it's like you're saying things, like you said, there's no context enough behind it. So it's like
it's just this one.
Yeah, like 'cause like what I said, I heard him say it and I'm like, I get it, but I understand why people mad. I get it. I get why people are also mad. I understand you ain't got no context behind this. You literally just said she wasn't shit for real.
Yeah, like...
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you want to bust it down, that's what people heard.
Yeah, that's a fucking hilarious,
yeah,
though.
But
oh, my God. Larry Tubman ain't shit.
But it's like,
whoa, but...
Bro, you gotta put some context behind what
What do you mean? Like, she
that made my head hurt.
She was freeing slaves. But no, she made them work for white people.
She freed
so she
slaves,
got
though.
them jobs. And maybe she was misinformed and the jobs that she got them weren't the best. But she was doing what she could do in a time where information was limited. Yeah. And she met some people that she thought were helping her.
That's funny.
So all the other shit surrounding it, we can debate that, but... Sir... What are you doing here?
I was gonna say, like, realistically, my nigga, her goal was get them the fuck up out where they were.
Hey, I don't want them to be whipped not to be here from sun up to sundown in the hot sun and given the entrails of animals to eat as dinner. So here they can buy a little, pig fat, a little bacon. They can get a little bread, a little milk, and live in a hut. But it's their hut. It's good. They wake up when they want to. They go to work at the job that they decided they was going to work at. They leave at a normal hour. I don't really know why you so upset with me.
Yeah, I still can't get over that Harriet Tubman ain't shit. It's like the funniest shit in my head. That is the line of 2020 in my personal book.
Like, bro, without
shit.
context, that's what you just told me.
Yeah, no, because...
Oh my God, that makes me laugh so fucking hard.
And if you like someone that don't have like knowledge behind it, like they be like, "Oh,
Harriet,
damn, you just dogged the fuck out of Harriet Tubman."
Shit for real.
This and that. And I'm not saying that either.
But that's the funniest.
It's just like I said, when he said it, I understood what he meant. But like, you didn't put no context behind it. You didn't help it out. You just said it, and without saying anything behind it, people. You just leave it out there for interpretation. That's the best way to put it. We don't put context behind things. You leave it out there for interpretation.
It's comedy gold. That's the best line of 2020. I'm going to keep to myself personally. Every time I need to pick me up, I'm just going to say that. I ain't never going to get over that.
So
that's good Kanye said.
You ain't asked her shit for the year.
Yes, thank you. It's a mid-year. I finally got it. And this is who the hell had to pay for this one. Oh, man. That's terrible.
Also, Dave Chappelle rushed out to meet with Kanye West. And what Kanye West told Dave Chappelle was to, hey, we need to smile. Tell some jokes.
Ain't they just friends, though?
How do you tell a comedian, hey, tell some jokes?
They friends, though. I would tell somebody some ignorant shit like that. I don't know why.
I don't
Make
think
me laugh,
friends
nigga.
like that.
No, because they've been pretty close, right? If I'm not mistaken. I could be maybe percent wrong.
the
even on the
relationship
show,
with
and like,
Dave
don't he invite him to
Chappelle.
all his little free concerts and shit? I think they friends. And plus, Kanye's Kanye. Like, what else you gonna expect?
So you should expect
It
nothing
seemed
less.
real
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's play it.
Like he was like, "Hey, no, don't stop filming until he makes a smile." What, sir? Yeah, yeah. No, it was a weird. I was like, and it's like he came to come see you about your mental health and you having issues, and you was like, "But nah, these jokes though, get them off."
And longtime friend as a host for
Yeah, they friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave, for hopping on the jet to come see me doing well. Kanye tweeted, Dave, you are a godsend and a true friend. All
Yeah,
love.
they say that.
Dave don't seem offended.
Oh no, this is the beginning of it. You see what Dave gave? Yeah.
Oh. I ain't got the jokes, nigga. That's weird. Kanye weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, this is a weird, awkward. It's like, what are you doing, sir? Like the first time would have been cool, yeah, haha. But you really.
I'm
making
mad
this
he's standing there looking at him like that.
With his arms squashed. With his arms crossed.
Yes.
I'm sitting here like, didn't they all just laugh? I was like, second
Yeah.
time y'all just
But
laughed
yeah,
together.
so that was Kanye's awkward interaction.
Kanye being
with his
awkward.
friend, and I was like,
It's
yeah,
okay.
I know.
Yeah, no.
I'd be upset if my friend was like I'm good at telling stories, but if my friend walked up and like, tell me a story, what? I don't just have one in the tug ready.
Well, my nigga, we not going nowhere.
For any time.
Yo, then he tell you, yo, I'm not going nowhere till you tell me a story.
Shit.
That's what just happened right there.
Yeah, you're not going nowhere till you tell me a story. And then he crossed his arms in front of you.
My nigga, what?
10 minutes later, that nigga still.
No, you need to tell me a story. I came all the way over here for
I'm
this.
coming with the most bullshit ass story then. Like I'm gonna be like, so man, there was a couple of dogs running through the streets one day,
A couple of ligers at this point.
Hey.
Just keep going.
They came up on the trash can. Trash can had nothing in it. They was mad as fuck. So they went up to the door. One of them ran into the door, hit it, threw his whole body at it. People came, boom. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna be real honest with you.
It's good.
I don't want your story though.
Yeah, that's what you was gonna get. You gonna get my dogs attacking the people in the house because the trash was empty.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's what I came up with off the top of my head. Yeah, don't ask me to tell you no fucking story. It just, oh no, what do I look like? Am I your personal comedian? So yeah, that was just weird. Just like Kanye doing a lot of questionable things right now. You can't just be like. But he also said that. Well, he hinted that Kim might have had sex with Meek Mill. Yeah,
Why would you hint at that?
I feel like I saw that too.
Yeah, see.
Oh, maybe that's
Real cocktails made with our
No, we don't do that.
Give them their money.
Kanye West is evidently offended T.I. with the comments he made about famous abolitionist Harriet Tubman during his first campaign rally.
So that's not what I clicked, right? Okay.
Yeah, no wait.
It's the beginning of the article.
No, it's not. Guarantee it don't start like that this time.
Okay, guys, so check this out. Kanye West is once again in the middle of a late-night Twitter rampage, and this time...
I don't understand. So I clicked something on YouTube. It played a completely different video. I clicked it again. It played the right video.
God damn. This nigga giving all the juice.
I got 200 more to go. This is my lady. Last tweet of the night. Chris Junkin, Little Baby, my favorite rapper, belonged to the song with me. Some additional sensitive tweets. Kanye kept it cool with Meek, but accused mother-in-law Kris Jenner of being a white supremacist. Meek is not Meek and was respectful.
Chris
That's
and
my dog.
no wait.
Kim is out of line.
This nigga says Chris and Kim put out a statement without my approval. That's not what a wife should do. White supremacy. Meek is my man, and was respectful. That's my dog. Kim was out of line. I'm worth $5 billion and more than that through Christ. But y'all ain't listen to MJ, and now y'all believe them. So
I'm
yeah.
worth $5 billion and more than became a trending topic. The nickname, of course, is a reference to the supreme leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. Kanye has had a tumultuous
Chris
weekend
Jong-un.
during his first official political rally in South Carolina on Sunday, July 19th.
So do y'all think Kanye is going through an episode?
I ain't mad at it though if he is. That was some juice.
Yeah, this nigga's going off.
That nigga said my wife probably slept with Meek Mill. This bitch a white supremacist. Go ahead, Kanye. What is that? Yeah, go keep going. Keep what you stopping for? Let us all know what's really going on. Oh man. I'm sorry you're going through an episode. Wouldn't wish that on anybody. But that's wild.
Whole time.
They call this bitch a white supremacist. That's right. Go ahead, boo. Call him out.
He said no, she's a white supremacist. He said no. He said her and Chris.
His wife and that's something that a wife would do. He sound generally hurt.
It's like they put out a statement without my approval. That's not something what a wife would do.
White supremacy.
The fact that was the next statement though, it's just like a wild, like bro.
Yo, I fucks with that shit though.
But the
It was like,
jump,
my nigga,
though,
draw me the line.
it's like you didn't give me any other like roadmap to this, but statement without my approval, white supremacy. I have questions.
He threw that shit.
Just
Who y'all been talking to?
two questions. What are the other things that have happened?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, could you let me know?
Yes, please.
I'm sure that you have a litany of lists, and this is how you got there, but you didn't give us that roadmap, and so I got lost.
Yo, but that makes sense though. He was talking about his daughter. Like, but that's insensitive. I won't say that.
Yeah.
I won't say. I'm not gonna keep going. I won't keep going with that one. But he married her. Now that if you think about it, like that's like a Christian value, like get married to the woman you knocked up. Like now,
That is true.
that is something that makes sense now. It's like, well, I can't just bail out on the fucking baby. Got to do what I got to do. Oh, now this makes sense. And he was talking about he was going to divorce her. Damn, that's wild. Oh man. I'm going to suggest that, you stay on your meds, but also if you do get the itch again and tell us all about it, don't hold back, Kanye. Please let us know.
Or if you just want to leave and actually divorce Kim.
No. I love the tea.
An option. You don't have to stay.
No, stay there. Tell me all about what the fuck they be doing.
No, fuck that.
What's the tea, boo? Tell me. Let me know. I'm all about some good little juicy drama that ain't got shit to do with me.
But yeah, no, that's all I really heard is this Kanye titter.
Tis my turn. Oh my God. This is new. I've been doing this for a year. What do I do after this? I'm just playing.
There you go, Johnny.
Right though? All right.
We got Ash.
Today we're going to talk about weak men and women. Weak-minded, whatever you want to call it. I put quotes around weak because whatever. But do y'all know any characteristics of what a weak woman or a man? You can start with man if you want. It don't matter. But damn. I've been waiting for this shit all day. What you doing? A weak man first or a weak woman? Which
I'm gonna do
one?
weak man first.
All right.
Just because it popped in my head and because it's something we were talking about like last week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck, I do have another topic. No, did we already talk about it?
What?
But I think this fits right in line with hers. Weak-minded man, Tory Lanez.
That's exactly where I was going. I was like shooting.
Oh yeah, we can do that first.
I was trying to.
But that's a weak-minded man.
I was trying to frame it.
What makes it? What's the characteristics?
I was trying to frame it in a way that didn't specifically point out just Tory Lanez, just like men that like assault women or feel like they have to attack women or put them down in any other way just to make themselves feel better or something like that, or like
or
for example,
ownership.
Yeah, some type of ownership or things like that. That's weak-minded to me.
What about you, Antonio? Anything else that they do that you just like, you a weak ass nigga? something that just annoys you about other dudes that they might have done to you, or just in general that you like see like in the men collective that you be like, yo, why are we like this?
Belittling other men for the benefit of yourself towards a woman. It's like, I don't know. That's just I just hate that. It's like, you real weak, bro. Like, you don't have enough confidence in your own who you are to just like present that you have to detract and try and take away from another person because you feel like they have too much that you can't overcome. So I think that's weak. So you should have some self-confidence in yourself and some like I'm not ever going to anyone and like, hey, let me tell you all the negative things about this person, or like position the situation that you decided to be in a negative light. For what? I'm the shit. So I'm gonna just tell you how much of the shit I am, and I'm gonna let you make your decision. If you fucking with me, that's cool. If you not, then that ain't got nothing to do with me. But weak niggas that do that shit is wild. If you arguing with a chick and you shoot at her foot, that shit is weak as fuck. Cause that's what I heard Tory Lanez having. Like, they were at a club, they left. Yeah. Her and her girlfriend didn't want to stay with this nigga. And he got hostile, pulled out the gun and shot at her foot and shot her. You can't shoot women because they want to get out of your car. Right. You can't shoot women. How about that? How about no qualifier? You just can't shoot women. Maybe that. And then also Meg Thee Stallion talked about the lack of empathy and like protection that black men provide towards black women.
Oh, ain't fucking into that one.
Because she talked about how all the people are making jokes and talking shit about that, and 50 Cent kind of like making jokes because he posted the Ricky meme where Tory Lanez was the shooter in the car, Meg was Ricky running down the alley. And so yeah, just shit like that. And so she spoke about that. So I think what she's speaking about is weak-minded men who do that, who like try to like brush off and cast off like them recognizing the severity of situations, or also always trying to put on your troubles and what you have going on onto a woman because you quote unquote feel that they're strong. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh no, she's real strong. No, you just keep dumping on her and making her have to be. But I'm sure that she would enjoy moments where she gets to be weak and like be in that and have someone else be the strong one that she can lean on. And so I think those are weak-minded men that do things like that.
I got one. Trapping. That's what I'm referring to. And that goes on both sides of the board for men and women. Like,
yeah, that's just wild.
Trying to trap somebody through a child or anything like that because you feel some type of way, that's petty as fuck to me. And that's some real weak-minded shit. One, that mean you immature. You can't get past your feelings and get along with your life. You just stuck on this situation and things along those lines. So that's just real weak-minded to me. I can't. That's one for me.
What do you think a weak-minded man is, Ash?
A weak-minded dude.
Or dudette.
Or dudette. I'm going to use a term for both sides. Anybody that just don't really know themselves. So we've all been there. But if you really don't know yourself and take the time to get to know yourself, that is a weak-minded person to me.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know, like, I've seen people in their 60s and their 50s and their 70s tell me they just now figuring some shit out. I'm like, that's really scary. And then that their whole life they were just kind of running on autopilot. But then again, like, I gotta forgive them because I'll say, like, I can't even say, like, was it mainstream for me to find, like, the information I found and to go and discover who and what the fuck I was? I don't know. Yeah, because they didn't really, I'm not going to say they didn't have access to it, but now, like, nowadays we'll see, like,
abundant.
Yeah, like, now, like, it's more, you know, your regular Joe might know like what an amethyst crystal is or what consciousness, you know what I'm saying? These broad terms.
That's true. And then it wasn't even really like.
Shit, it might
This
even
is
be
the way-
looked down upon.
Yeah, like
True,
if
true.
the Bible don't teach you like, hey, or I won't say the Bible won't teach you.
Back then, yeah.
Oh yeah, because they were talking about because like being called a hippie back then was like a negative, like a derogatory.
Yeah,
term,
negative
like, you're all
connotation.
hippie and things like that, and so it seems like they just societally didn't have a very big emphasis on like
Doing the self-work, yeah.
self-work and figuring out, all right, how do I feel? Everybody kind of bought into we work, we contribute, and then we die. And like we were trying to live by these certain like moral values that we've all agreed upon, and that's where we get like our like comfort from. But I mean, I can't be mad at them because I guess if I look at it from like a broad like above the world view,
Yeah.
if
It's not
you're
like a blueprint.
not even that, like just like a blueprint, but if you're in a situation where your country's at war and that's kind of what you've been sitting in between is like a world war and a famine and your country kind of having to like get itself together
Yeah.
for the Great Depression, you probably would like try and get the ideology of everybody to be like, all right, we all got to work as one and contribute and like be that. So I get how the regular person who is just in the system was like, all right, well, yeah, this is what's being preached to everybody. Then
Seem pretty happy.
all
All
right,
right.
then that's what we
Right.
do. And
Right.
so if you just keep pushing that down on everybody, eventually.
But I will say, I
That's why
don't
the
think.
idealist is always the threat in a situation like that. Eventually.
That's why they outlawed drugs. They brought them and they're like, this let y'all have completely different ideas. But what were you gonna say, Ash?
I don't know if this information that we get in was supposed to be widespread information anyway, because you got to be at a certain level of consciousness to even know what like the average person can say like you can get your astrological charts and blah blah blah. There's a flip side to that where it's like actual deeper occult knowledge that you're supposed to use. So I guess it's cool that the masses have this information, but they only getting bits and pieces of it, which is cool. Some stuff is better than nothing.
They're like tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it's like literally only seeing 10% of what these things could actually do for you. Which, like I said, I ain't mad at it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It makes it makes me look less crazy, I guess. But I will.
Might make you do 50. eventually.
Exactly. So I'm not gonna be mad at anybody that's really on that tip or could even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I would say, like, specifically for a man, I hate too much passivity in a man. That shit drives me insane because they just let their life pass them by. It's just a shoulder shrug at most fucking things. You know what I'm saying? They don't really go after what they want. I can't stand that shit for the life of me.
Hey, I can definitely agree with that. I hate that in just people in general, that life is put me in this place and I'm just gonna be here. And I'm like, but what do you mean you just gonna be here?
Or the mind games,
Right.
like, oh my fucking God. I hate when niggas play mind games because they fucking annoying. Like, niggas play mind games. I hate that. That's a weak-minded nigga to me. I get it. It's some level of manipulation to be done in this game to get somebody to do whatever the fuck you want. But when niggas do it, and they just won't fucking stop and everything, like this defensive battle of competition, even when I'm not trying to be your competition, you trying to make me your competition and I'm gonna do this or I'm not gonna do that and see what she do because I'm waiting for her to make a move and I'm trying to be cool. I hate that shit to a fucking
That seems
extent.
like a lot of work.
Oh, listen, motherfuckers do that shit and it drives me insane because they not living from a place of authenticity. You think you in a competition, you trying to one up somebody, like, I don't know how anything is supposed to grow if you constantly trying to hide and duck and dodge and all these fucking mind games. Oh, I hate that shit to the point. Passivity and mind games for dudes. Those things drive me absolutely crazy. Especially like when I'm in a point in my life where I'm just like, I can't muster up an argument no more. I just can't. I know it's like
It's like I'm not doing this.
it's exhausting just to keep up. People like, dude, what the fuck? Because I know the mind games, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've played those games thoroughly, and now it's like I'm at a point in my life where it's like, Oh, okay. But anyway, that's for dudes. And then for women is a woman to me that's uses her emotionality like as a weapon. She does have no discipline over her emotions. She let her emotions drive her throughout everything and think it's acceptable when she gets over emotional and erratic. And I I think that's a weak-minded woman to me because she not taking responsibility for her emotions for real. She's not really exploring what, like, I get it. Something you be like, I don't even know why that shit bothered me, but the level of self-discipline you have to have instead of flying off the fucking handle and then calling it, oh, that's just how women are. Like, we are not like that. Because I'm on the opposite end where I don't express it and I shut off and I become closed off and people look at me like, is everything okay with you? Like, yeah, I'm just kind of withdrawn. So because now people are so used to women being extra temperamental and extra erratic and emotional, that to me is a weak woman. Bitch, get it together. We do not need this on our fucking shoulders no more. I'm sick of it.
That is fucking stereotype.
Yeah, it's like almost like I can't, and I feel bad for dudes who feel like they can't be honest with us because they don't know how we gonna fucking react. I'm like, damn, you gotta be on guard like that all the time? Like, you just can't like simply say how you feel, and I can't say it's like, how are you saying it? I'm like, damn. The fact that, say like if you haven't seen like a real life example, but the fact that you, or maybe you have, shit, I don't fucking know, and you feel like you just can't say like a simple, I'm afraid, or I don't think we should go this route. But having a woman overreact to you, or just, that shit is wild to me. So I would just say those two characteristics specifically for each side is something that I really don't like.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't like when women weaponize their emotion.
Yeah, that's hella irritating.
Yeah, like, no, that's terrible. I think that that's weak-minded. Um, but no, I definitely think that people who get stuck in life or let life, who can't move past life's trauma,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's going to have trauma. Like, that's just an inevitability of life. Like, you're going to go through life and there's going to be negative shit that happens to you. And so, like, getting stuck on that or allowing that to, like, dictate your position and your perspective of life kind of bothers me. It's like, so you don't have the ability to, like, move past this or pivot or any of the skills that would be needed to, like, be successful in life. Like, you let this one thing just hit you and then destroy you. And I guess I just don't understand that. So yeah, that's kind of weak to me. But that's just for people in general. Like, you have to be able to move past things.
Yeah, I guess the passivity, the other side for me would be, is that you know what you want, but then you, and I guess I'm at a space in my life where I don't believe that I would want to hang around somebody that just wasn't taking charge of their own shit. So for me, passivity is a no-no.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
say that.
let life just go around you as you stand there thinking about it.
Yeah. And I get it. Our 20s is like the weirdest time. 20s was like the weirdest time to figure out who you really are. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody didn't have all the fun in the world, and that's cool. But like I said, I'm just not at a point in my life where I want to surround myself with passive people. I notice the passivity in me, and I try every day to eradicate that. I got like 15 alarms on my phone that like keep me motivated and keep me with my mantras and everything. And even in the days like today, I had a headache all day and probably yesterday, but I still found time to do what I love, make the money that I need to make, and just kind of push through it. And even coming here to today was a debate because that headache was so bad, but it let up. But I still made the choice. And like I said, I don't want to hang around people that don't make the choice to show up for what it is that's in their heart that they want to do. And I'm big on following your heart.
That shit is so hard.
It is. Don't nobody want to tell you, like, being a creative person, like you have low, what is it? It's high reward, but at the beginning of it, like somebody gotta the biggest risk is this is the biggest risk you'll ever fucking
High
take.
risk,
Yeah,
it's high risk, high reward, I guess.
yeah, like
Because
it's
you get off and you were gone.
no one really thanks you for it.
They get into it too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it's an exhausting experience in the beginning, especially when you're not necessarily seeing the fruits of your labor in tangible ways. And so you're just kind of like, am I doing this? Is it working? Am I spinning my wheels? What's going on? And so I can get how people can get caught up in not even starting because they're like, well, what if no
Yeah.
one listens to it, or what if no one looks? But you got to get past that because no one's going to look in the beginning. Like that's a reality because you've never done anything before. So you're right.
yeah, and you're going to fail. That was the biggest thing
Oh,
about.
that is a big fact.
Yeah, like, dude, you gonna fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You were going to shit is not gonna go right,
At all.
and that's the biggest thing. Or like, I noticed like what happens like. I had an issue with actually being successful because I was such an underachiever for a long time. What happens if I get my success? That was like the big fear for me. Like, oh shit, what's gonna happen when I finally get what I want? Because for a long time I didn't believe I could get what I wanted. It was just like, yeah, whatever. These things sound like dreams. So that's the other side. You could just damn sure be fear to fail, and believe you're gonna be really shitty too. That was something else. Stephen Pressfield got a book. I keep forgetting the name of this book. And I encourage every creative person to ever read that book. It's really short. If you can find an audiobook, grab it. But he was like, no, you're going to suck at it. You're going to suck and you're going to fuck up. And even when you at the pinnacle of your writing career or whatever, you're going to fall. It's all right. But you just keep going. That was the biggest thing. Keep going. Don't stop. Make sure it's coming from the heart, too. That's the biggest thing. Because like we see now, like what else you going to have if you ain't making buckets of money off of it? What else you gonna have to keep you motivated? But that's the passive thing that I hate. But anyway, getting back to what inspired this article was kind of what Tony was talking about with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, about how the guy that came up with this named Captain Sinbaddy on YouTube, and I forget the name of the video, but it's along the lines of I should have wrote it down. But anyway, just look up Weak Man and Captain Sinbad, you'll find it. But it was talking about he's like a big proponent for like masculinity and what it is to be a man and stuff like that. And one of the flip sides of that is a group called MGTOW, Men That Go Their Own Way. And he has to see like how much men are complaining about what women do and don't do, which makes them eventually go their own way. And I don't know if y'all think about this, but I'm trying to figure out how to answer this question because I didn't write a question down.
What is men that go their own way?
What?
What is men that go their own way?
So basically it's like what feminists do. We don't need fucking women anymore to do anything. Women are only supposed to be used for like having sex with, and I think that's about it. But you can look it up. But from the totality of it is they really think like on the whole that like women are no value to them anymore. So they won't get married. They won't like house with a woman because they don't feel like being with a woman benefits them in any way. So they're literally just like, you know, I'm about to use a woman for what I feel like she can provide to me, which is basically a sexual thing. So you're not about to get involved with her on any other aspects, marriage, women, children, all that shit. They're not doing that. So they go their own way, you know, which is cool, I think, for them. But, I guess, like, do y'all think it's an issue, like, amongst men that they not being considered, like, classically masculine, whatever that idea is in your head? Y'all think that's a big issue? That's a good question. I like that one. Go with that.
No, because I don't give anybody else the power to define my masculinity. And so I don't really care. but I also can see where people can be like, well, what about young boys who don't necessarily have a well-rounded personality or confidence in self and know who they are to like parse that out.
Mm-hmm.
If something is being shoved down their throat that says this, no, this is what masculinity looks like. I guess that becomes up to the people that are around them that are raising them, because I'm sure that there was the level of what was considered masculine when I was growing up was what is considered like sexual harassment and like softcore rape now. And I didn't subscribe to that level of masculinity then, and I don't subscribe to this level of masculinity now. I just kind of do like what feels natural and comfortable to me, which I mean includes respecting women. But I can't say that I'm going out of my way to make it out to be like, oh no, we have to like rally behind all women and follow a giant feminist movement. I can't say that I'm doing that either.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of am doing, I'm me, and you can't decide what makes me masculine. If I want to sit and I happen to spread my legs because that's the most comfortable way to sit, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm also not going to let a woman get beat up in front of me. But I think both of those things can be true, and that doesn't make me less of a feminist or more of one. It just means that I have like a pretty decent moral compass, I would assume. So that's how I look at it. I think that, and I don't even know if it's detrimental to kids. Like I said, I think if you have people who are around you that allow you to be who you are and explore that, then you'll probably end up with a pretty self-defined sense of who you are. But you don't always get that with parents. You get a lot of parents that are pretty quick to try and instill who they want you to be or who they think you should be into you. Right. And I think that's damaging more so than any like message, because I don't think kids are really paying attention too deeply to like people's messages. Like, oh, this is what you're saying, and I'm like interpreting that. But I do think that if you're in a household that like preaches that and demonizes like what they think it means to be like a negative male, even if some of those things are like just natural things that men do, I think that could be detrimental to a child and someone who's younger. But for me personally, no, it doesn't really have any effect on me. Y'all are crazy. Y'all got Flacco fucked up. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
No, I like that.
On both sides, though.
Yeah, no, I like that. I came to that conclusion one day. I forget. Was I meditating or some shit? I forget. But I'm like, oh, I get it now. It's not really up for the world to define what it was in the first place. It really is more of an individual thing. There are things that like masculine energy has on the whole that I think a man can exhibit, and it's feminine things, feminine energy on the whole that I think women exhibit naturally that we just really don't fucking understand. And I think the biggest thing is what I've gotten over is this mentality that somehow, not that we are different, and I accept that we different, but really our problems are really the fucking same. Like, we deal with it a different way, but I'm like, damn, we really just... I seen this meme that said, everything that a man is bad at, a woman is good at. And everything that a woman is bad at, a man is good at. Like, oh, wait a fucking second. Like, yeah, like, oh, I get it now. It's not even... It's just, it just is what it is. Yeah, it just is what it is. It's all one whole thing. We under the guise that it's separate. And I do know for a fact that I lack a knowledge on each other. Like, why do they do this? Why do we do those things? You know, why does a woman do this? Why does a man do that? Our lack of knowledge is what's really holding us back. I can understand the anger that a feminist might feel if she feels like someone has control over her, because we do value more masculine traits in our society. So I get where her anger is coming from. And I understand a man's anger when he's upset about not feeling valued and not feeling heard. And it's like, damn, we all just had the same fucking issue, man. Now it's like, you know, I can't take, not that I can't take either side seriously, It's like, whoa. I was on shrooms the other night, and this fucking, I forgot how I get there. Whatever, Ash was got there, and this his name Roscoe something. He was singing like old white man mountain songs. I forget the name of the song, but like you could really feel that this white, like he really sounded like a blues musician. He sounded black for all intents and purposes. Like the same shit that blues musicians was fucking hemming and hawing over. Like he was doing it too. And like, I'm like, oh, sure. I'm like, dude, we are fucking down here, man, going through the same thing. I'm like, oh, I get it, dude. It's all the fucking same issue. That was like a shroom moment. But I guess, like I said, I'm not even try to like separate them no more, but separate our issues anymore. I know it was a wild tangent, but I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, to be honest with you. I got lost.
Okay.
Oh, going back. Now I've gotten it back. But going to the whole thing with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, y'all think like it is a responsibility for black men to protect black women? Do y'all think it's like your job, or how do y'all feel about that as a general?
For the purpose of what we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it should be like that just in general.
Mm-hmm.
But for us talking about our specific race in general, yeah, we don't really support the situation, like support our women too much. If anything, we hop on the bandwagon with everybody else. When something wild goes on or something crazy happens or something along those lines. And it's something we probably should, we need to be more supportive of them. Because multiple occasions we have multiple situations in where black women come to the aid and then black men turn around and say,
Yeah, not protected, not given any type of consideration or care or even humanizing them. Just making them out to be like these pillars of like either strength or pillars of like the most despicable people that you could think of, which I think both have their issues and problems. Like, I hate black men who like demonize black women or like, oh, they're too argumentative or too ungrateful or shit like that. It's like, no, you just deal with a certain type of woman, and that's more of who you're choosing to interact with. But no, I'm not with that. Where you don't want to consider them, and then on the other token, where you consider them like pillars of strength, you're still taking away like their humanity and their ability to be like a whole person, and to show weakness and show that, hey, this affected me in this way, and I would like to be considered. None of that is.
I knew a whole person like that. She was scared to do anything outside of what she was doing because people depended on her, or just the situation alone depended on her. So in her mind, if it was anything less than what she was doing, it's like, I'm being weak. I can't never stop. I can't sit. I can't rest. I got to keep going, because if I stop, there's no one else. It's just me. So yeah, I completely understand that in that sense.
In the video, he actually argued about like why that might have become a bit more of a bigger problem, and that's because of things like globalization and industrial revolution, where now like being in smaller groups, you have more of a chance for a man to do more quote unquote manly things. We would just say like the first two, which was like protect and provide. So he would do most of the hunting, most of the protecting, all that stuff. But he had more of a smaller group to do that for. You know, now it's like, I don't know if y'all feel that way, if it's like every man for himself. But at one point in time, there was no globalization. Like, it was definitely a little bit more tribal. You definitely just kind of took care of your town.
I mean, I definitely do agree it'd be easier if it was like it'd be a lot easier if it was like a tribal situation.
Yeah, think about it. Like, you can go on your phone and see 1,500 different women, 1,500 different men. You could jack off to all those. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to take like a woman's you don't take her very seriously because you have all this shit at your disposal. Everything is at your disposal, so you don't have to fight for anything, quote unquote, anymore because it's all in your hands now. Pussy's readily available. Meat is readily available. You don't have anything to fight for. And because the woman has everything that she has at her fucking feet, like, what is she going to need to be protected from? Like, what does she need to be provided for? She can get her own job, her own this. I guess, like, we not seeing them.
That famous line, most women like, what I need a nigga for?
Yeah, that shit is sad as fuck. You be like, wait a minute. But if you don't know what a man's supposed to be there for anyway, if, like, your whole thing was seeing them being there as objects anyway, you're not really going to think you need them because they just there. And same for men, and just women are just here. What do I need to protect you for? What do I need to do these things when it's seemingly that everything is at your fingertips?
Yeah, you disappear, I just get another one.
Yeah, what?
Type of situation.
Yeah. But I think that's it for me because my head's starting to hurt again.
All right.
I apologize.
No, you good. This has been the Conscious Reconstruction Show. We're going to cut it short. You know we've been in here gang-ganging. Ash and Logical High in the building. We out. Like, subscribe, and hit those motherfucking hearts. Hey.